From Nikola Jokic going all out against the Suns, to the dazzling 2020 performance by Brody against the star-studded Lakers, the NBA never ceases to amaze us with its insane stat lines. Today, we'll be looking at the top 10 insane NBA stat lines that look fake, but are in fact true, starting off this list with number 1, the infamous CJ Watson's one game. If the long history of the NBA has taught us anything, there is always room for crazy stat records. On a fine evening on 31st July 2013, this drove CJ Watson to do something so insane that it's hard to believe it wasn't scripted. Or was it? For veteran fans of the NBA, you might know CJ from his brief time with the Memphis Grizzlies. In a game against the Oklahoma City Thunder, CJ registered exactly 1 point, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 rebound. I mean, it's an achievement in itself that he managed to cook up the stat line like that. But if you think that's crazy, wait till you hear about Kevin Love. That's right, the Minnesota Timberwolves' former big man who got an impressive makeover for his skills and style in the Cleveland Cavaliers. However, back in his Minnesota Timberwolves days in 2010, in a game against the Knicks, he managed to pull off one of the league's most amazing rebounding performances. In a single game, Love registered 31 points, 31 rebounds, and 5 assists. He went on to win the game by 112 to 103. Now if we put this in perspective, the last player to register 30 points and 30 rebounds in a single game was the great Moses Malone, all the way back in the 1983-84 season. Now that is one crazy stat line for the ages. You'll be shocked to learn how this next player made headlines with this stat line in a completely different way. PJ Tucker is a veteran defender for the Los Angeles Clippers, who is considered a deadly shooter from the corners in his prime. However, throughout his career, his play style has also evolved, turning him into a selfless player with a key responsible presence on the court. Back when he was in Philadelphia 76ers, in a game against the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference semifinals, Tucker became the first player to play 37 whole minutes without taking a single shot from the field or a free throw. For any other player, this would be a novel feat. However, for PJ Tucker, this is just 1 out of 98 times he managed to do that. Talk about the useless significance of a player. Now, it wouldn't be a video about crazy stat lines if we don't mention Chris Paul, a man LA Clippers fans will always remember fondly. He has been the best point guard of his generation by a huge margin. With his amazing scoring ability, crazy good reflexes, and a dominant offensive presence on the court, he has picked up one of the coolest nicknames in the NBA, and we'll discuss one such game that played a huge part in that. So, on the 10th of December 2016, in a game against the New Orleans Pelicans, Chris Paul delivered his career-best performance of 20 points and 20 assists without a single turnover. He went on to win the game for the Clippers by 133 to 105. And that's not even the best part. What's even crazier is that he also became the first player since Ricky Green to register 20-plus assists in a game without a single turnover. And that was in 1984. In talking about NBA classics, we all know Nikola Jokic as the leading offensive center of the 21st century. He's had his fair share of crazy moments on and off the court. When his dominant physical presence is combined with his insane passing ability, we get a truly entertaining basketball game. In 2018, Jokic was on his way to immense stardom with amazing all-around stats that season, averaging 20.1 points, 10.8 rebounds, and 7.3 assists in 80 games in 2018-19. He's the sort of player who makes these stats normal with his amazing year-round performances. On October 20th, 2018, in a game against the Phoenix Suns, Jokic went berserk with the ball, registering an amazing 17th triple-double of his career with perfect shooting from the field. He registered 35 points, 12 rebounds, and 11 assists. With this amazing stat line, Jokic became only the second player in NBA history to achieve that after the great Wilt Chamberlain, who has done it twice. A forever iconic performance that helps Nikola Jokic sleep well every night. Whether you're a fan of the LA Clippers or not, you have known Russell Westbrook for quite some time. In 2019, Russell Westbrook was easily the best player of the Oklahoma City Thunder, averaging 27.2 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 7 assists in 57 games, which is a crazy number itself. With his insane competitiveness, aggressive play style, and superhuman athleticism, Russell Westbrook stands tall among the NBA giants. His amazing legacy was foreshadowed on April 2, 2019 in a game against the LA Lakers, where Russell Westbrook registered what is now widely known as his career best performance. He led the Thunder to a convincing victory by registering 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 21 assists. Sort of a double-triple-double. And the most amazing thing is that Wilt Chamberlain is the only other player who has succeeded in this amazing feat in 1968. Talk about getting haunted by ghosts of the past. And if you think points were crucial for triple-doubles, wait till you hear about this next player. Draymond Green has gathered an insane global fan base during his amazing career spanning more than a decade. He has been a crucial member of the Golden State Warriors as a power forward and is the definition of NBA royalty. So, it was back in 2017 when the Golden State Warriors had the godly trio of Curry, Durant, and Green. And if you ask me, with Steph and Kevin on the same team, you kind of don't need another scorer, which is exactly what Draymond knew back then. So on October 2nd, 2017, in a game against the Memphis Grizzlies, Draymond Green recorded one of the craziest stat lines of his career. He registered 4 points, with 12 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 steals to record a one-of-a-kind triple-double. And what's more, in the same game, he also had 5 blocks, which makes him the only player to record 10 steals and 5 blocks in a single game since these two factors were first tracked in the 1973-74 season. He went on to win the game for the Warriors by 122-107. If that's not a crazy stat, let's call Mars to check on Michael Jordan. He must have something for you to wow. Now, this next player has a stat line that is quite impressive and kind of insane. But what if I tell you that this player would like to forget all about it? So most of you know Dino Radja as the humongous Croatian power forward for the Boston Celtics from 1993 to 97. His career in the NBA was short, but not without its amazing highs and lows. Throughout his career, he has registered some insane stat lines that still amaze the classic NBA fans. The reason why I'm saying highs and lows is that back in 1995, in a game against the New Jersey Nets, he recorded his career best of 41 points to win the game for the Celtics. However, this man recorded an exactly opposite but equally insane stat line in a game against the San Antonio Spurs in 1993. In the game, he attempted 14 field attempts without a single point. Not only that, he also got 2 free throws in the match, both of which he also missed. Now that is a stat line worth remembering that should be forgotten. But wait, it can only be a video about crazy stat lines if we mention James Harden one way or another. The American shooting guard point guard has a unique flair to his play style. With his 6'5" frame and athletic build, he has shattered multiple NBA records and registered insane stat lines in his career from 2012 to the present. Did you know? When he was in the Houston Rockets on New Year's Eve in the 2016-17 season, Harden registered a crazy stat line of 53 points, 16 rebounds, and 17 assists against the New York Knicks and won the game by 129-122. His performance answered the question, what does a one-man army look like? And for James Harden, an insane stat line like this is just another Tuesday. During his time with the Houston Rockets, he was the focal point of scoring and playmaking. Like in a game against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2019-20 season, the Cavs had recently lost King James to the Lakers. So, Harden worked wonders and recorded 55 points with 58.8% from the field and 10 three-pointers with an insane accuracy of 55.6%. In another consecutive game against the Orlando Magic, Harden showed his true scoring prowess with an amazing stat line of 53 points with 61.3% from the field and another 10 three-pointers with a crazy sharpshooting of 66.7% from 3. His amazing performances nearly got him the MVP that season had it not been for the record performances by Giannis. With his insane stat lines throughout his career, there's a reason why he's called the Beard in the game. Well, speaking of great stat lines, the next player has a whole list of them, and you literally wouldn't believe some of them. Many of you might have forgotten Tony Snell, the Maine Celtics shooting guard. With his lean 6'7" physique, he was a big defensive presence on the court. Snell was a bit of a perfectionist in his gameplay. To take it into perspective, he ended the 2019-20 season with a 50-50-100 stat line, meaning 50% field goals, 50% three-pointers, and 100% free throws. Also back in the 2017-18 season, in a game against the Utah Jazz, Snell recorded 0 points, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 blocks, and 0 steals. And he played for a total of 28 minutes in that game. If that's not crazy enough for you, Tony Snell has had a perfect record for free throws since he last missed one against the New Orleans Pelicans, and that was in 2019. What's even crazier is that this is not the only time Snell recorded such a poor stat line. In a game against Golden State Warriors in the 2019-20 season, Snell recorded another amazing 0-0-0-0-0 stat line while playing for 13 minutes in the game. He was rightly described by this comment: "He's either perfect or non-existent. No in between." And there you have it, folks. These were the top 10 craziest NBA stat lines for you. If you want more videos like this or some more NBA crazy facts, do check out our channel. Like what you see, hit subscribe, and we'll meet you with the next banger. Ciao for now.